As the name implies, the Birth to 3 program serves children from birth until the age of 3 years. It's a federally mandated program. In Dodge County, the Birth to 3 program is contracted to Green Valley. We're the only vendor for the program in the county. Green Valley hires the early intervention teachers needed for the program and the service coordinators. And then we contract with Rehab Resources, who rent space in our building, and they provide us with the pediatric speech therapists, occupational therapists, and physical therapists that are needed for our program. We serve a wide range of children. When we get a referral, we go out and do an evaluation of the child. The early interventionist goes out and does a screener on the child. That screener is called the DAISY. It's a developmental assessment of young children. And if they see on that screener, which looks at all areas of a child's development, it will look at their speech and language skills, it will look at their gross motor skills, their fine motor skills, it looks at social and emotional areas, and it looks at self-help areas. If they see a 25% delay in any of those areas, that referral gets moved on to a therapist in that area of specialty. So the pediatric speech therapist will see the children with speech and language needs. They will also see the children who have any feeding issues, because we do see such young children. Sometimes there's an issue with that suck, swallow, breathe pattern. We have children that are on feeding tubes, or sometimes kids just pocket their food on the side of their mouth and aren't chewing it and moving it around in their mouth like they should. The speech therapist works with all those kinds of things. For the area of the physical therapist, works with any of the children who have gross motor needs. Sometimes children just have low tone and their muscles aren't strong enough, and they need assistance with that and strengthening those muscles. Some of those kids might have things like spina bifida, or sometimes we have some children that have had a stroke in utero, so they need that therapy right away when they're born. We also have pediatric occupational therapists, and they will deal with the children who have fine motor needs. Their upper bodies aren't as strong. They need hand support, hand development in their upper body extremities. And they also work with children who have sensory needs. So some of the kids that have autism and things like that, the occupational therapist will work with them. So they will go in and do an assessment, the therapist will. If they also find that the child has a 25% delay, the child qualifies. At that point, we ask the family if they want services. Birth to 3 is a voluntary program, so even if they're referred to us and qualify, it's up to the family if they want to participate. If the family does want to participate, we write out a plan with how often we will come and see them, what kind of goals we work on. Birth to 3 is very family friendly. We really want these families to work with us. It's not just the therapist coming in and working with the child. It's the family being definitely part of that team. So we really involve them in that plan that we write. And I should mention that all the services are in natural environment. So we could go to the home, or if the child's in daycare, we can see the child in daycare. If grandma watches the child during the day, we can go to her house. We pretty much go to where the child is at, to their natural environment. And our goals are usually centered around their daily routine. So instead of sitting down and working on increasing their vocabulary or having a goal using so many words, the goal would be to ask for a drink when they're thirsty, or ask for things in their goals that just work in their everyday routine and will be helpful to the child in accessing what they want and need during the day. So Birth to 3 is works with a lot of different children. Some of the children we work with have limited needs. We have a lot of 2-year-old boys who require speech therapy and are just busy little boys. Their gross motor skills are off the charts. They're very busy. Their other skills are very high, but those speech, they're just not using their words or asking for what they want like they should be. So we have them, and they're kind of the easier kids for us to work with. And at the other end of the spectrum, we have some really medically needy children that might be on feeding tubes, might be on oxygen, and those children might need the speech therapist, the OT, and the PT. They might need all of our services. So it varies definitely by child. We get referrals from a lot of different sources. I'd say probably 50% are from doctors. Children go in for their well child check, and the doctor will refer them. We also get a lot of parents that will call. They hear about us from word of mouth, or maybe the doctor tells them and lets them decide if they want to make the referral. Public Health gives us referrals. Head Start does. And also the social workers at the county refer all the children that are child and abuse victims. So we have all the children that have had substantiated abuse come through our program and are screened by our program. Like I said, Birth to 3 is very family friendly. We do involve those parents. Our main goal is to work with the child, but we really want to give those parents strategies and ideas to work with their child, and give them some material that when we walk out the door, they have something. We've given them some tools and things that they can use till we come the next week, or and we feel we're a partner with them. So like I said, our goal is to work with the child, but really to work with the parent too, and give them information. And each child is different, so we feel we just work as a team and do the best we can for every child and every family. Last year we served 377 children and their families in the county, in Dodge County. So we have a lot of kids coming into the program. Almost every day I get a referral. But on the other hand, kids are turning 3 and aging out of our program. But it's a fast-paced program. It's fun. We have a lot of good staff to work with and wonderful families. So it's a nice program to be part of.